Good morning all, live early. It's an early one this morning. I hope you are all well. This is a unplanned, rather random live stream. I just wanted to catch up on a couple of videos this morning that I've seen. I'm sure that many of you will have seen them as well, but I'm going to play them this morning and I want your input. And well, basically, I'm incensed. I've got to be honest with you. Today is obviously a very poignant day. October the 7th, 2 years ago today, the terrorist organisation that is Hamas invaded Israel, slaughtered over 1,000 innocent people in cold blood. And today is the second anniversary of that hideous event. Last night, I posted a tribute, if that's the right word, to the victims of October the 7th, just out of common decency. And some of the response that message has drawn is frankly unforgivable and quite vile, which really just goes to show you the mindset of these individuals. Absolutely disgusting, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Now, over the last couple of days, I have been talking about the issues that we face in this country and the fact that we have to face realities, we have to face facts. Cal, yes, I did watch Joey Barton talking about Gary Neville. I did indeed. And he's absolutely spot on. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this time of the day. Obviously, a lot of you will be either at work or on your way to work. I'm an hour in front here in Spain. Said a prayer for them this morning. Well done. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us today. I mean, look, on a day like today, you would think on a weekend after the events of last week, you think that lot would leave it out just for a little bit, just for a couple of days, right? But no, they doubled down on everything. And we know why they doubled down, because as I said in a video yesterday, I don't believe that many of these people are actually demonstrating about the cause they pretend to be demonstrating about. What they want is a complete takeover. They want to get rid of people like you and I. They want to get rid of every single Jew in the United Kingdom. And the Marxist Islamic coalition is in full swing. I just call them the real Nazis. That's what they are. I'm just giving it a little while for everyone to get into the room. I'm just going to close this door. Sorry about that. I'm going to close the door because there's some noise coming out of the room there. But let's have a little look at the video. There's a couple of videos this morning. Let's have a little look at the video that took my eye this morning. And for me, it personifies so much that is wrong in this country at the moment. I'm going to play the video, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about it as it goes on. Let's have a little look.
I never understand these people who video people. What's your name? What's your name?
Now, she has no intention of giving her name because she's a coward. That's why. She's a coward. She's come to this memorial for the hostages armed with a pair of scissors, which in itself could be deemed as an offensive weapon because she's not got a good reason to own a bladed article in public. And it's a large pair of scissors as well, but that's being a bit nitpicky maybe. It's obvious why she's taking the scissors there to cut those ribbons down on a weekend and a week like where we're at right now. Let's carry on.
You're so proud of yourself. What's your name?
You're not going to do this.
Not going to do what?
I'm not committing a crime.
Yes.
Right, you're not going to do this. I'm not committing a crime. You're not going to do this. Think about this evil woman's mindset here. She says, you're not going to do this. You are not going to put up yellow ribbons that are a tribute to those still 2 years on today being held hostage by a bunch of absolute heathens. You're not going to do this. Like she owns Muswell Hill, like she owns London, like she's in charge. You are not going to do this. Let's carry on.
You are. You're doing something.
Then call the police. You call the police and you let them know.
You call the police and you let them know, right? This is the arrogance. This is the arrogance, and this is how. You see, unless you study this video, unless you really get into the meat and bones of what it actually means, its true context is easily missed. What she's saying there, call the police, because I know they'll do jack shit about it. Call the police, because when they arrive, they're more likely to tell those people that are filming this to stop causing this woman harassment, alarm and distress, and to let her get on with her vile Nazi-style actions. The confidence of this woman. She knows she is protected by Sadiq Khan and Shabana Mahmood's London. She knows. She's under no illusion that if the police turn up, they will do absolutely nothing, and she knows it. Let's carry on.
You're disgusting.
I condone genocide.
So putting up ribbons for women and children that are still being held in tunnels somewhere, that haven't seen their families for 2 years, have lived in fear of their lives for 2 years, is supporting genocide in this sick individual's head. Now, I'm going to take a guess here. I'm guessing, although I might be wrong, I'm guessing that this woman, she's very clearly British educated. She was probably born here, almost certainly, listening to her voice. Almost certainly, 100% university educated and brainwashed. You know, you can smell her from here, can't you? You can smell the university education and brainwashing. She's probably of Middle Eastern descent, probably, not necessarily, but probably. And this is what we have bred in this country. This is what we have been bringing up. This is the education system right in front of your very eyes. Let's carry on. There's not much left.
Yeah, so we support genocide.
Oh, yeah. And so...
Yeah, sure.
Because that's what this is.
No, it's not.
What? Ribbons for people who have been imprisoned? I never understand these people who video people. What's your name?
So she's not giving up her name. She's very confident in what she's doing. I'll play it whilst I'll turn the sound off again. But have a look at this woman's face. What is she, in her early 20s? Full of hate. You'd think she'd be out enjoying herself, wouldn't you? Full of hate, full of self-confidence, totally confident in the fact that her opinion is right and everyone else's is wrong. She has absolutely no idea of what she's doing or the people that she's representing. This is a Hamas supporter right in front of your very eyes. Right in front of your very eyes. This is a terrorist supporter right in front of your very eyes. And we need to hopefully reveal who this woman is. I know the Daily Mail are trying to find out who she is. We need to find out who she is. And then hopefully we will see that she is completely unemployable for the rest of her sorry life. A disgusting, vile act on a day like this. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable and shocking. And it incensed me so much this morning that I had to come online and air my opinion on this. Where are we? Thank you very much, Thomas. The face of evil, that is Russell Martin, is gone. Hopefully Gerrard comes back and the Gers win the league and hoops whine about the rest so far. Oh, a football one. Bit early for a football one, mate, but thank you very much. Stop us staying in front of her. This is the thing, you see, is that these people that put these ribbons up, they're not the confrontational type. They're peaceful people. And these idiots know that they're dealing with peaceful people. That is why they do what they do. They are bullies. They are vile, vile individuals, vile bullies. Good morning. How you doing? David Paul, I wish you would stand as an MP. We need real people with common sense. Well, you never know. You never know. Breedy, thank you very much. Yep, Gary Neville with a wig. What a cow. Yep, absolutely. I bet she thinks her facts don't smell. Deport. I mean, the problem with someone like that is she's probably born and bred here, so you can't really be deporting her. But it depends on her views. If she's of a different nationality background and she hates this country so much, then there's a good case for deporting people like that because they are bloody dangerous. It's as simple as that. They are very dangerous indeed. Now, here's the other video that I want to show you today. And it kind of ties in with the first video. Because this is why these evil people, these Nazis of the 21st century, and that's exactly what they are. If she was alive in 1939 Germany, we know which party she would belong to. We know that she'd be out with her arm up in the air. We know exactly what she believes in and what she is. And I'm going to be covering this a lot more in the next few days. We have to, all this facade of these people singing Nazi scum off our streets and calling everyone else fascists. Well, this gaslighting needs to be called out and it needs to be unveiled. It needs to be revealed. And we're going to be making a big job of doing this over the next few weeks and months, hopefully. That these people are actually the Nazis. It's like Peter Sutcliffe calling someone else a murderer. Peter Sutcliffe pointing his finger at someone else and saying, you're a murderer, you're a vile individual. That's exactly what these people are doing. They are the Jack the Rippers. They are the Nazis of the 21st century. And they're right on our streets in front of our very eyes. And they're getting away with it. And whilst the British public are waking up, there is still far too many people out there that don't truly understand what these people stand for. These people are the Nazis of the 21st century. They are the Nazis in modern day Britain today. And the reason that they're so confident is because of attitudes from the police like this.
Yep. So just wondering, did you attend that?
Okay, good call, yeah.
So, no, yeah.
Yes.
Great. So you just not want to investigate full time stuff?
Just have a look at this copper's face, right? Now, I know that you can't necessarily tell what someone's like by looking at their face, but if you was going to picture a woke millennial lefty, this is it, right? I don't know if you agree or you don't agree, but if you was going to picture a millennial lefty, his face personifies it for me. But listen to him. This is at someone's front door questioning him why he has been outside the school or outside a hotel where there's been a demonstration.
So why are you here?
So just to confirm, you were there. So what was your intention?
Well, because I just wanted to see what was going on there.
Okay. Any particular reason?
What the hell? I'm trying not to swear. What the F is it got to do with this guy, why he was there or what he was doing there? What business is it of his? What is this guy doing outside this man's house, questioning him with that stupid face of his, looking like everyone else is thick and he's the cleverest fella in the world? What is he doing there? This is the Stasi police right in front of your very eyes.
Because I wanted to see what was going on.
Right, okay.
So why are you here? Can you explain to me why you're here?
Okay, so I'm just I'm not investigating a crime, I'm here investigating news.
Yeah.
I'm not investigating a crime. You're the police. What the hell are you doing there?
I just want to work out what your purpose was there today.
So you want to know why he was there today? What are you doing there? What business is it of yours? And who sent you? Who sent you, or did you just decide in your own lefty little mind that you would go and harass someone that had been at a demonstration? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. But I have to say again, what is he doing there and why?
I took my daughter there to show her the place because she walked past there. So to make her avoid that place,
Look at his face.
because I don't want her walking past them people. What are you doing here?
No, so what
Are you arresting me?
No. So that's I'm not
No, he's not arresting you. He's there to intimidate you.
here to arrest you, I'm just here to chat with you.
Well, you're winding me up.
I'm not, why was it to wind you up, sir?
Why would it wind you up, sir? Why would it wind someone up to find a police officer at your door in a supposedly free country, a democracy? Why would it wind someone up to find a police officer at your door with a smarmy, smirky face asking you why you would walk down a street that you're perfectly entitled to walk down with your daughter? Why would that wind you up? Why? I wonder why.
Because I'm taking my daughter there for her own duty of care, her own protection, to show her to avoid the place.
Right, okay.
And you're here within what, 2 hours?
Okay, so it wasn't part of any protest or anything.
So what if he was? So what if he effing was? What business is it of this press? And he's there within 2 hours of the demonstration taking place. 2 hours. You get burgled this afternoon. See if you get the police round within 2 hours. If you get beaten up on the street this afternoon or assaulted, or you have your motorbike stolen or your car stolen or your wife's been spat on, you see if you can get a cop around your house within 2 hours. But if you dare attend a demonstration, there you are. They're on your doorstep.
No, okay, so you took your daughter there to show her to not go to the events.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other way you could have done that?
Well. So this guy is saying that he took his daughter there to tell her to be careful and not to walk past there. Whether that's true or not doesn't really matter. But now the copper wants to know, is there any other way that you could do this? This is taking George Orwell's 1984 to a different level. What this so-called police officer is telling this guy is that you could have stayed indoors and done it via Google Maps or Google Earth. Don't leave your home unless it's for something that we approve of. Again, these videos are often watched, you're flicking through your phone, you watch these videos and, they wind you up a bit, and before you know where, you've scrolled on, right? But you have to, just like the woman a minute ago, the Nazi a minute ago, taking down the yellow ribbons, you have to dissect these videos and consider every word that's being said and the implications of behind what is being said. You have to break it down word for word and consider, because these 30-second, 1-minute videos sometimes reveal a lifetime of information.
Not really, mate.
Okay.
I can go where I want to, mate.
Can't I?
Yeah, no, I'm not here to say that.
Well, keep going. There's no point you being here.
So what are you doing there then? I'm not here to do that. He says, so what are you goddamn doing there? He still can't answer the question.
Can you go?
I'm just trying to work out
I don't want you here.
That's fine, so I'll leave. I just want to make sure any safety concerns.
Any safety concerns. So now he's trying to turn it around. Now he is gaslighting the homeowner on his own front doorstep after causing him harassment, alarm and distress, after making this guy's blood pressure and heartbeat rise to unhealthy levels. He's now saying, are there any safety concerns? I tell you what safety concerns I'd have. The fact that this guy is standing on your doorstep in a sinister fashion with a smarmy face, talking to you, talking to the homeowner like he's some kind of thick moron. It's unbelievable.
So are there any safety concerns that you have?
For children and families, you mean? Yes.
Okay. But so you're not a Felsham resident, is that correct?
I am, but I'm just here temporary. So.
Oh, you're here temporary, is it? You are a Felsham resident?
Yeah, I care about Felsham.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
I don't like the fact that place is there and what they're doing there, and they're housing all these illegal immigrants.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what, you've actually searched my vehicle up, searched my address, and then come here?
Well, you got out and did you speak to staff there?
No, she asked me what I was doing there, and I said I've just come to look where the immigrants are.
Okay.
I'm well within my right, being a British citizen, to go and do that.
So you've gone there to... So what you told them, well, what you actually were doing was showing your daughter.
No, I said I was here to see where the immigrants are. My daughter was sitting in the car.
Okay, so you took your daughter there for the purpose of showing her that?
Yeah.
Are we paying this guy's wages? This guy is actually taking a wage to do what he's doing right now.
And then you've asked them...
I didn't know. She asked me what I was doing there.
Yeah, and you told them.
I'm not answering no more questions. No more of your questions. I don't appreciate you being here.
That's fine. So
Maybe you should go and treat other proper crimes this way. Go and react this way.
Absolutely spot on.
Way to proper crimes.
So the police do more than just crimes. We do incidents.
So what are you doing now?
So in incidents, sir.
What incident? What incident is that? Look at his face again. Oh, mate, I mean, I tell you what, this guy's face could haunt you, couldn't it? Look at him. Smarmy git. Incident. We're here to ask you about an incident. What incident? He still hasn't said what the incident is, apart from the guy exercising his right of freedom of movement.
Don't deal with another incident, mate.
I'm just closing it. So I know the reason. So you told me the reason.
I've told you the reason, now go.
Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to...
I don't want to talk to you about nothing.
No worries, sir.
Right, go and do a proper job.
Right. Bye. Good day.
Well done, that man. Go do a proper job. What is he there? He is now, I am guessing here. I don't know, but I'm guessing that particular police officer, he said during the chat that you've looked my vehicle up to find out where he lives. Now, it's my guess that that officer has taken that up on his own back. I don't believe that a senior officer has radioed into him and said, see that car there, find out where he lives and then go around hassle him. I believe, and I may be wrong, I stand corrected if I am, but I believe that that police officer is a rank hard-on lefty who decided to go and hassle someone whose political views he doesn't agree with. That's my guess. And that is what he's being paid for. Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely and utterly disgraceful. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. 1,600 people watching live early on a Tuesday morning. It is October the 7th, 2 years on from that horrific attack in Israel that has really led to the world being changed in many respects. But the UK in particular in many respects, because we are now a nation that is divided. We are a nation that is split, and we're split as a nation because you have a certain element of society that want to support terrorism, that want to support a cause that is backed by a prescribed terrorist organisation. I've noted some of the comments in my tribute to those that were murdered this morning. People saying to me, oh, what about the 60 odd thousand people that have died since. Well, my answer to that is every single one of them would be alive if Hamas hadn't have chosen to infiltrate into Israel and murder those innocent people. Every one of those people that have died since would still be alive today. But I don't believe Hamas care about that. They care about one thing, well, two things: their cause and the death of all Jews. That's what they live for. Ian, we don't have a police, rest in peace. We have a government Stasi security. Yeah. Martin, Paul, I told you a long time ago, the police are Gestapo. Well done for calling it what it was. It's spying on the public without consent. Absolutely. The constant gardener, Hamas care about nothing except domination and death. Absolutely spot on, 100%. Now look, we have to be realistic and understand that there are people that live in the UK that come from a particular background that will sympathise with what they call the plight of the Palestinian people, the people in Gaza, and that there is no doubt that they do have a plight. There are people being killed, unfortunately. There are innocent people being killed, unfortunately, and obviously nobody wants that. But the circle that I cannot square with the Gazans, this is the circle that I cannot square, and I don't truly know the answer because A, I've never been there, and B, I've never met a vast portion of their population. But from what I can see, from what I can gather, despite the fact that they haven't had an election there since about 2016, I believe, 2016, 2017, it's one of those 2 years. It's a long time since the people of Gaza had an election and were given the chance to vote for someone else. But my guess is that if there was an election today, guess who would win? Guess who those people would vote for? And this is the problem. So when I hear these people shouting free Palestine, yeah, I agree with them. Free Palestine from the terrorists that are Hamas, that beat their own people just for trying to eat the food that has been supplied to them by organisations from outside the region, trying to feed those children. This is a very good point indeed. Let me get this up. Yeah, there we go. Mike Rogers, the Gazans voted them in and they killed all their political opposition. Exactly. The fact that anyone can support these groups is just beyond belief. Yeah, what about the Christians in Syria? What about the Christians in Nigeria? I'm just looking to see if there's any support for them in the chat there. Neil, for the last week, all I've done on X is prove that these pro-Hamas lefties don't know anything at all, nothing. They all end up blocking me. Of course they do. Gloria, will Nigel and Ben split the votes? Well, hopefully, by the time the next election comes round, everyone will have switched over to Advance UK. Oh, there you go. There's one. Richard Murphy. No surprise with the surname there. My thoughts are with the thousands of Gazans who have been killed in the past 2 years. Yeah, I have thoughts for those people as well, Richard. But if your friends in Hamas hadn't have done what they done, all those thousands of people would still be alive, all those children. So any chance of condemning Hamas, unequivocally condemning Hamas and their actions, their murderous, violent, the torture of women and children, any chance of condoning that outright? And yeah, so I agree with you. I have thoughts for those thousands of people that have been killed in the last 2 years. The problem is, Richard, that many of those thousands of people, not all of them of course, but many of those thousands of people would have been celebrating on the day that atrocity took place. So you got to pick a side, Richard, haven't you? You got to choose a side. Are you on the side of peace? And maybe you could tell us how that peace is achieved, because, you know, this is a well-used expression now. And I'm not being funny, Richard. I'm asking you the question, my friend, right? I welcome your comment and thank you for it. But here's the deal. If, as I said, it's a well-used expression now, so excuse me for using it again, but if Israel, if the Palestinians, if the Gazans were to put down all of their weapons today and promise never to fire another shot, there would never be another drop of blood spilt in the Middle East. If the Israelis put down all their weapons today, there will be a bloodbath. And you know it and I know it. It's as simple as that. Richard, if you just hate the Jews, just say so, mate. It's always good to be honest. But come back to me on that. I'd be interested to see what you got to say. I honestly would. Beam me up, Scotty. He's fishing. The more you speak, the more video they have. Don't speak. Yeah. I mean, I've just lost all patience with the police, quite frankly. They always forget the 25,000 Hamas terrorists killed. Just for humour, guys, but why aren't you watching the Tory party conference? Actually, do you know what? A quick word on that. I like Kemi Badenoch. I think she's a nice person. I'm not talking about her politics or politically, but I actually really like Kemi Badenoch. There's something about her that I think she's a nice woman. I do genuinely like her. And I find it very difficult to dislike her. But she's, you know, bless her heart, right? She's saying a lot of the right things. Not all the right things, but she's saying a lot of the right things. But here's the problem. What she doesn't understand, and what she needs to understand very quickly for her own political future, is that nobody believes them anymore. Nobody's interested in the Tories anymore. She may have all the right things in her heart and her mind. Robert Jenrick might have all the right things and all that in her mind. I mean, you know, all of those, yeah, they might be good people, but look what her party has done to us over the last 15 years or so. Sorry, Kemi, you're pissing in the wind, love. It ain't gonna happen. You are wasting your time. You may as well go and enjoy the rest of your life with your kids. Go and set up a business. Go and do something. Do something useful for yourself, because you ain't doing anything useful for the country. The people are not going to elect you. Your party is over. It's a busted flush. And my advice to her would be to leave the Tories and join Ben Habib over at Advance. Imagine Kemi over at Advance. That would be very interesting, wouldn't it? Let's see how much she really loves her country. Yeah, that policeman is a doppelganger of Benjamin Butterworth on GB News. It might even be him in disguise, eh? Yeah, very much so. I'm just seeing if our friend comes back to us. Let me see if he's come back to me on those comments. A lot of comments, so let me get down to the bottom, see if he's, I'm trying to find them. There's so many comments, it's very difficult to see. The parties of the elites are finished. Rupert Lowe should take over the Conservative Party and get rid of all the wets. Oh, I'm so unsure about that one. You cannot get rid of all those wets. They're all wet. Every single one of them. the Conservative Party really, if it really cares about this country, what they do is they close the door and turn the light off after they left. That's what they need to do. They just need to turn the lights out, shut the door and walk away and let all their genuine Conservative voters move over. Sharon, Advance will split the votes. I disagree, Sharon. It's Reform that's splitting the votes. Reform are promising you something they won't deliver. Advance are promising you something they will deliver, and that's the difference. It's going to take time for the wider population to get to grips with that, but if you think Reform are the answer, I'm afraid you're going to be very, very disappointed. Farage will promise the earth and will deliver very little. Trust me when I tell you. And by the way, Sharon, Zia Youssef will be our Prime Minister after Nigel Farage. So if that's what you want, fine. I understand what you're saying, Sharon, but Nigel Farage and Reform are not the answer. That's a good point, Alison. It's a very good point. Paul, Kemi being the Nigerian and silent on the 70,000 Christians murdered by Muslim Islamists. PSYOP, global distraction to enslave every country. That's a very good point, Alison. I've not heard her mention that at all. She may have done, but I haven't heard it. Another great point. Carl Nelson, who will be put in power in Gaza, even if Hamas stand down? The four main parties are all terrorist organisations. They hate each other, but they have the same goal of wiping out Israel. This is the problem. Where are the peaceful people? And I'm sure Dave Armstrong, hello from New Haven. How you doing, mate? Just 1 second. Yeah. Or move to advance. Yeah. Simon, they don't want peace. They, the people of Gaza, voted proudly Hamas. Let that sink in. Look, okay, he hasn't answered yet, Paul. Thank you for that. Look, I've watched a lot of videos from the region, and you know, you always have to take these videos with a pinch of salt because you never quite know who's done the filming, what side they're coming from, what their angle is. But I've watched a lot of videos where the reporter, the interviewer, seems asking a very genuine question. Do you support Hamas? Would you be happy with a two-state solution, etc.? All the regular questions. And to a man and a woman, all they want is the destruction of Israel. Even if it means the deaths of their children, their sons, their daughters, all they want is to get rid of the Jews. Rupert should join Advance UK, but I understand he has his own goals. Yeah, I agree, Connor, absolutely. Kemi and Ben would be a force, Lee. You know, as I said, look, I like Kemi. I think I reckon she's got a good sense of humour as well. I bet she's quite funny in private. I'm not saying she's the answer politically. I'm talking about her as a person. I like to see, you know, people like Suella Braverman and Kemi, all these people, if we're going to truly win our country back and get it back into a place like we used to know, all of these people eventually have got to come together. Every single one of them. Paul, have we any hope left? The UK is a total shambles. Absolutely. Let me just get through some of the chats. Right, guys, look, I'm going to leave you with this thought today. I'm going to leave you with this thought. Today is the 2nd anniversary of one of the most heinous crimes in history, one of the biggest loss of Jewish life in a single day since the Holocaust. All those people are gone, will never come back. Children, women, babies, elderly, disabled, you name it, they slaughter them in cold blood. And this vile bitch's response today for people still held by the terrorists of Hamas was this.
What's your name? What's your name? You're so proud of yourself. What's your name?
This is what we are breeding in the UK right now. This is what we are all battling against. We are battling against hate. And ultimately, we must win this battle through the ballot box, and these people must be dealt with. This woman is a product of probably her family and her background, but also of the education system. Make no mistake what is taking place. And we'll leave it there, I think. So it's an early one this morning. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, as always. Thank you. I'm just going through the last minute chats there. Really appreciate you watching, everyone, and have a great day. I'll see you soon.